For the listener's discretion, this podcast contains strong language and adult themes that may not be suitable for children. These are not the views of the radio station or its affiliates.
Can we stop the arguing? Can we take a moment where we can calm down? It's just so exhausting. Swinging in the wind, going round and round. I know that we won't say sorry. You beg and I plead, but my heart can't beat until I feel the vibrations. I wanna give you vibrations. I know that we won't say sorry until I feel the vibrations. I wanna give you vibrations, baby. I see me addressing you. Let me put the smile right onto your face, tracing every inch of you. Using my tongue to find your happy place. I know that we can't play naughty. You beg and I plead, and you pull my heartstrings until I feel the vibrations. I wanna give you vibrations. I know that we won't say sorry until I feel the vibrations. I wanna give you vibrations, baby. Until I feel the vibrations. I wanna give you vibrations. I know that we won't say sorry until I feel the vibrations. I wanna give you.
Yeah, I'll put the headset over.
Hey, man.
It covers the.
How you doing?
What in the world was that wardrobe situation going on?
Well, see, what it was that, you know what? I'm just going to explain it to you. It's a rough day in my neighborhood.
And you need to crop back in because I'm seeing all.
I know what you're saying. I know exactly what you're saying.
What are we doing?
I was trying to explain to you that it was a rough weekend. Let me explain, okay? I know that there's going to be some stuff. So every black man should have a black hat. It's in case we got to have a hat signal the next time we go near boat pier. See, so I'm just ready. I'm just ready.
Like, we got white hands coming in, just putting stuff.
Well, see, that's why I was getting ready, because I saw some white hands coming. I thought they were going to choke me. So I was trying to go ahead and get my black hat off just in case something jumped off.
This guy, right? Y'all saw it.
I'm just saying, I wanted to be ready.
No, you didn't, because we were on here a long time before the music ever started and everything. But you waited until 2 seconds.
I didn't wait till nothing. Did you see them two hands come in here? Okay. I had to reach for my black hat.
And then you act like get away.
That's right. That's the bat signal. You know what I'm saying?
Get away.
That's the signal.
Yeah, this guy. I don't even understand. Hello, beautiful people. Yes. Hello, Sally. Hello,
Hi,
Sally. Look, let me continue on to
this guy. Wow. This guy. Who is that? This guy.
I don't even feel like they need to identify themselves. You don't have the right to ask any questions.
Okay, fine.
You don't have a right to ask any questions.
Okay.
You can identify yourself if you like, but he doesn't have a right to ask any questions. Look, guys, we have a fabulous guest that'll be joining us later on, Miss April Nowlin. And hopefully you saw like the promo stuff of what's going on. She will have Tiffany, that's Tiffany Miles. That's who that is. Yeah, this guy. But I'm going to skip on to what I usually do at the beginning of the show, which is show you my beautiful candle. I have to light it. I save the lighting just for you guys, right? Right. And for anybody who hasn't been here before, if this is your first time joining, going down on the mic, welcome. I'm already being soothed right here. I'm already being soothed by our first class candles. Okay, first class candles, and I have two in my hand because I have to show you. So this is one that I've had forever and a day, which still I could burn. Look at all that goodness at the bottom. Look at all that goodness. Look at that. And if you go over there to the website, she shows you how to maintain your candles, okay? Which I've never known anything about maintaining a candle, honey. I've had candles on top of candles on top of candles. I have never been taught how to maintain. I've never trimming the wick back. Where they do that at? First class candles.
It's called Candle Maintenance 101.
At first class candles.
Yes.
That's where they do it. That's where they do it. And that's why I still could burn this if I wanted to. However, I switched over to the second one that she gave me. And this is my fragrance. Okay. Not made
Not the bliss. Not the bliss.
Pure bliss.
Pure
bliss. It has the rose petals in it. And when I say you can smell, you still can. Oh my gosh. And then you can take it just with your fingers like this, honey, and just put it on your skin, okay? And I could just walk out like this, and you could just smell it on me.
So the next time your handles look like you've been playing in flour all day,
which
just
mine don't ever look like that.
Reach over to your candle and get a little love.
Now, I may have a heel sometimes that looks like that. I'm going to keep that real. So if you see me out, I may. If you live close to me somewhere, you may catch me at the Circle K once in a blue moon.
Looking like that once in a blue moon.
If you live close to me, you might, but not out too far. You ain't catch me like that. But yes, you could actually just take this and, give your significant lover a little massage that smells delicious. Okay. But we're going to light the candle because I always like a little ambiance going on behind me. And that's what she knew from watching my show. I always had a candle. And she said, well, I got some candles for you, Moni. Got my candle lit behind you. Okay. And I switched it up because, see that flame? Oh, do you see that flame? And there it sits right there. Uh-huh. And I switch my koofies up back there from time to time because I got a lot of them. Got a lot of them from Miss Elena's father. I have a lot of them there. And then as you can see, I just take my tin cap at the end of the show and just put it right over it to extinguish it. And then we're all done. Everything's contained and safe right there. I'm not going down on the mic back there. I have one of my awards. Let me tell you, this sucker is a weapon. I was picking it up and I moved it around the other day. This sucker is heavy. This is my Fab Award. This is
heavy.
Yeah,
very heavy.
My car went off when I sat that down.
Very heavy, very heavy.
Good evening, Catherine. Good evening. So yes, make sure you guys go check out First Class Candles over there. Make sure you tell them that Melanie over at Going Down on the Mic sent you soy wax, essential oils, fragrance, mango and coconut milk, Macintosh apples, and rose petals. That's what's in there.
I like real rose petals.
For real rose petals are in there. Okay. For real rose petals. So there's the thing.
You got to specify that. Real rose petals.
I don't know how they keep the scent like that, but it's in there. It's definitely in there. So definitely go check them out. And if you live on, what is it? is it Grand, what's the name of the school? Grand Canyon
Grand Canyon University.
Going down to your student union, and they have the vending machines down there. You can get Pure Bliss candles from the vending machine right there. Check that out.
Oops, the vending machine. There you go.
Okay. So otherwise, go on over there to the IG. Go to IG and go to First Class Candles and order you some. They have some other great scents. The one that Catherine has, I don't know the name of it. That's a nice scent too. It comes in second to Pure Bliss for me. But you guys may like something else. Other people like other scents, but for me, it's Pure Bliss.
Well, I like the safety matches. The safety matches. Yeah, see the safety matches. You don't know about that. Okay. She's got safety matches. There are safety matches. Yes. They have safety matches. And see if nothing else, you can get a candle warmer to just keep that fragrance going without even having to light your candle.
That's true. That's true. You don't have to light them. So you guys, if you're here in, I was going to say Florida, this is not Florida, but there have been a lot of storms like they have in Florida. If you've been here, if you live here in Arizona, my goodness, has the weather been hot and muggy and crazy.
People tail so lights are melting. Come on.
It's a lot of stuff. I was going to say some other words. It's crazy here. So crazy here. All while I was in the hospital, I kept asking, I'm like, is it hot outside?
You know you're wrong for that, right? You know you're wrong for that. Right?
They were like, baby, just stay in here. Just stay in here.
We're going to find another reason to keep you here for another day.
It is so hot out there. It has been crazy hot here. Crazy hot. Stuff exploding, catching on fire. I think that hell is here. I think the devil has come amongst us, and hell is here. I think it's here.
It must be a training camp or something, because he's
on vacation here. Something.
Right.
He done went up to Maui and just, oh my God, just destroyed things. This has gone crazy. Where was it flooding? Was Chicago flooded? New York?
Chicago, New York. But then but see, in the midst of all of this, we still have people having problems on the dock. And we still have people whose houses are totally being destroyed in Maui. Totally. I mean, Maui looks, it's unreal how much damage was done until you look at some of the footage and you realize.
I mean, for one, the local news gets on my nerves. Can I just say that? They just get on my nerves. They have too many outlets for the local news because of social media and all these different things like that. And they just report stupid things. Because they're interviewing people who had vacations booked and whatnot. And who gives a damn about your vacation that was booked, and you trying to decide whether you're still going to go or not, and how you feel about your vacation now that the fire was there. I really don't want to hear from you. I really don't. And your feelings on your Maui vacation and whatnot. And one of the people, they were like, no, this isn't the time to be going in the ocean now that they're pulling people out of the ocean. Okay. That was planned. That was a beautiful statement.
Yeah, that statement really got me. We're pulling people out of the ocean. Really?
And I know that she meant that people were jumping in the ocean in order to escape the fire, not that they were pulling dead bodies out of the ocean. I know what she meant. However, now they really sensationalize all of it and whatnot. And they just look for any doggone thing, anything in order to, I'm talking to our guest right now, I'm sorry, in order to be able to put it on the news.
Well, what they
It-
do is they go to certain areas and they go, good, let's set up here. We're going to report from here. And I don't know whether the microphone has a stupid alert on it or what, but they send the GPS right to people who really have no bearing on what is going on. Like you said, well, I don't know what we're going to do now that we're here. Our vacation is ruined. What about the people whose lives are ruined? You didn't even look at that. You didn't even think about that. I think I'm going to ask for a refund. Really, a natural disaster of that magnitude, a disaster of that magnitude, do you really think you're going to win that one?
Well,
Okay.
they are doing refunds. Some of the places are doing
Some of the
refunds.
places, but you go in there with the attitude she had, no.
And then when she said, I don't want to take up space, and things like that. Well, very good. Very good.
See you
That's a
later.
very
Bye.
good thing, because there is no space to take up, really.
That's
because
it.
it's gone. It's gone. And, it's just a sad situation. But on to the next, the fact of, again, people, they talked about if you are still going to go, call first and whatnot. Who would still go? Looky loose?
And don't be mad if you don't get an answer because the phone burned up. Don't be mad if you don't get an answer.
Who would still want to still go unless you're going to go and try and be on the front lines and assist? That would be my only reason for wanting to go. If I'm going to go and strap on the boots and try and help. Otherwise, I'm not going. There's no way I'm going.
They're so serious about what's going on down there. They stopped Oprah and her crew from going into a certain area.
Mm-hmm.
They said that Oprah could go by herself, but they were not going to subject the people to being filmed at any point.
Right. And what is Oprah going to go by herself for? What's she going to do?
I don't know. She might be giving away cars.
I can't stand you.
What?
Where are the cars going to go? There are no streets.
I have no idea. I just know she's known for giving away cars.
She gonna walk around and say, "You get a car."
Yeah, you get a car. You get a car. I don't know.
Stop it. And to put the car where?
Look, her job is to get you the car. Then what you do with it, okay? We've never had in the whole time she's done her show. We've never done a follow-up on who got the car and what did they do with it afterwards. Maybe she's going there to sign people up for her book of the club month. I don't know.
Not at all.
I don't know.
Not at all.
But wait a minute. The news is the inventor of the RICO prosecution is going to be bitten by his own invention.
Really now?
Yeah, that's so cool, man. That's like Frankenstein. The Frankenstein monster probably coming back now, finally coming back and getting you.
He's gonna get the RICO Act?
Yes. I've been on this like a dirty shirt. Are you kidding?
I know you have.
Yeah, man. Because what they did was girlfriend, all right, is not the DA down there is not in Georgia, is not playing with them. She said if they are not there, she's giving them 10 days to get their affairs together. If they are not there by noon on Friday, warrants will be issued to pick up anybody that has not turned themselves in.
So, but what is he affiliated with? Why is he getting the RICO Act?
Because he's affiliated with Trump. She's going after Trump. Oh, girlfriend, let me tell you. She's going after Trump and 18 other people. And she's got 30. Wait a minute.
Hush, my child. Hush,
there's 19 of them. There are 19 of them, including Trump. And she's got 22 to 30 undisclosed people who are cooperating with her.
Which circuit of the court is this?
This is the Supreme Court. This is not Supreme Court. This is the state court of Georgia.
Oh, so it'll be bumped up.
No, it's not being bumped up. That's the whole reason. Because see, if she does it in state court, there's no presidential pardon.
Okay. Well, look, we have to put a pin in this because it's 7:20, and I see our guest is down there in the green room.
Oh, okay.
Good evening.
Good evening, Lena.
These are her people waiting for her. So, April, are you ready to come on in and join us?
Hey.
Hey, April, how are you?
I am fantastic. How are you?
I am fired up and ready. I am so fired up and ready.
I'm scared. I'm fired up, but I'm scared.
Don't be scared, Chris. Don't be scared.
Yeah, okay.
No, he should be scared. Keep him scared all the time.
Okay.
See, nothing but love in this room. Nothing but love.
That's how we like him. Just good and scared. Let me bring people in here so they can say good evening. And if you are coming up as just Facebook user, then go ahead and put your name behind there so we know who it is that's saying it. It just means you didn't give them permission. That's all, to put your name up there. No. Thank you, Sally. Thank you, Sally.
Lena Buckner's in here, and she took time out of her busy schedule. She is a fantastic model. So evidently there's something she wants. She wants to find out from you.
All right.
So
now
somebody's getting kicked to the curb. I don't know, but she showed up for this show. So
don't be prejudging. Don't be prejudging. You don't know.
Not a judgment. It's not a judgment. It might
April
be.
Also is a business coach. She isn't just about divorce and dating and all that. Don't limit her skills.
Did I say that? I didn't limit her skills.
You basically did.
No, she is a certified life coach. So no, life. You understand?
You said somebody got kicked to the curb.
Right.
No, I said somebody might be getting kicked to the curb. That's what I said.
You got somebody significant other like, wait, what?
Wait, hold
That's
on.
good. Wait. To tell the truth, brothers operate better when they on the bubble, okay? we get too comfortable. So yeah, every now and again, y'all got to hey, let me explain to you, homie. Do you see these extra hefty garbage bags? They're here for a reason.
Horrible, but probably true advice. Horrible, but true advice. So thank you so much for being on the show today. I appreciate you taking time out your busy schedule because I know it's busy. So we want to get down to the brass tacks of it all. Let me make sure and put this scrolling down here right quick of who you are and all of that. Certified divorce recovery, dating, business coach, speaker, workshops, and podcasts. The lady does a lot.
Don't forget the Freedom T-shirt now. Come on.
Yes, the Freedom T-shirt. Yeah, that was
got a Freedom T-shirt. Mm-hmm. I'm like, wait a minute. Did I miss something on Juneteenth? What?
No, that was the T-shirt from my event in July. And so the theme was freedom. And the shirt says, freedom looks good on you.
Yeah, I see what the shirt says. Yeah.
We'll bring it all up. So we want to get into talking to the people and letting them know a few things, because when I did that demo out there, I wanted to tease them a little bit, and let them know about, come on now, because I've been there. I've been there. I'm on my third marriage here. I married my first husband twice.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I did it. That was me. And look at his face.
What? I didn't say anything. I didn't say a word.
Said a lot. See,
Okay.
look, yeah, and most of, like, I'm in the sisterhood, of course, sisterhood extravaganza, and I was there at the summit. And when I talk to my fellow sisters, the ones who are single and the ones who are in relationships and not married, they don't want to let it go because it's rough out there.
It can be. Yes.
No, it is. It can be. It is, sister, especially it can be. It's rough. Things have changed.
Look, now you got to ask people for birth certificates.
I mean, it has changed, and with technology and all of these things. Things have changed.
Yes, they have.
World.
Yes, dating has changed, but how you date may not have changed that much.
See, okay, you said that, and I'm just going to have to listen because you're an expert. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So, one of the things that I do is I teach people how to date in a healthy way. So regardless if you're online, you're meeting people in person, there's just some core things that we need to know and learn about dating. Because I'm going to ask both you guys this question. How did you learn how to date?
I watched my older brothers.
Okay.
I didn't.
Exactly. The dating advice I got as a young adult was don't get pregnant. That was it. There's no one that told me about compatibility, trust, core values, evaluating my relationship, red flags, green flags, toxic relationship, healthy relationship. No one taught us about that.
I was told a whole bunch of no's, nots, don'ts, ain'ts, all the negative.
Exactly. So regardless as to how you date, there's a very strategic way to date to make sure you don't end up in all these toxic relationships.
Okay.
Boy, I sure wish you was around back in the day.
Well, I wish I was around before my third divorce. So I learned some things in the last 20 years.
Well, go ahead. Yeah, tell me, because
tell you're married.
Chris.
Look, that don't mean look. Just tell me, just in case I need an exit strategy.
You're gonna see something come across his head.
I know, right? Wait, what y'all don't see is I'm looking at the door like, is the door locked?
It's terrible.
So I grabbed some things from off some of your websites and everything. So you'll see it scroll down. And this one is practical steps to help you get clarity about where and how to find the relationship you deserve. Because I was like, oh, that sounds good. I could have used that. Okay. And these are the things that you're saying right now to us. And it all sounds great. And I respect all of this. And I wish I would have known. Not that I don't love my husband.
Right.
But it could have made it easier.
Right. When I think about this statement is the first thing that I teach my clients is how to be happily single. People ask me all the time, April, how did you get into 3 bad marriages? Like you didn't learn after the first one. But what it was, I was a broken person marrying broken people. And when you are broken, you attract broken people. When you are healthy, you attract healthy people. But a lot of people don't know what it means to really be happily single. The world, social media, they teach us that if you're single, something's wrong with you. What's your problem? That doesn't mean anything's wrong with you. You can be happily single. And so that's the first thing that I share with people is how do you live the best life that you can live? How do you create the greatest story in your life by yourself? Because if you're doing that, then that person that enters your life is only going to add to that and not subtract from that. And so number one, how do you become happily single? Now, let me say this. When I say that, I hear women go, I don't need no man. I'm good all by myself. That's a lie. That's a lie. What it is you've been hurt. You need to get healed and you're too scared to get into the next relationship. That's what that language is. Now, let me say this. You might be happy. You might be good. You might not need a man. And that is okay. Not everyone needs to be in a relationship. What I'm talking about is those people whose hearts have been broken and they have the walls up and they won't allow themselves to heal long enough to get into a healthy relationship. So that's why I talk about, getting that clarity, like what is missing from my life from me being happily single first and then getting into a relationship.
Okay. So now I know that you do the one-on-one sessions and the workshops and all of that. How do you determine? I know because people also choose you and decide, is this a good fit? How do you determine if the client is just like too far gone or this Shaniqua ain't gonna make it?
Yeah.
Because sometimes we as clients, we're just too jaded, possibly.
Absolutely. So first of all, as a life coach, I ask a lot of questions and I can have a conversation with someone for 5 to 10 minutes. And I can tell if you're really ready to get help or if you're just talking to talk. There's certain language that we use. There are words that we use. There are thinking patterns that we have that can tell me, hey, this person really is ready. Or you know what? You're not ready for the help that you think you need or you think you want. The flip side of that is I always share with people the difference between a therapist and a life coach, because a lot of times we intermingle those together. A
Yes.
therapist and a counselor, they really specialize in getting to the root of the problem. They take you back through your past and have you discover, like, you know, what are some of the things that maybe from your childhood that happened, or previous relationships, or Chris, like you said, you know, you watched your brothers. So they take you backwards and kind of help you heal from that perspective. As a life coach, my goal is forward thinking. I'm going to talk to you about what does your future look like? And we're going to design your future. So if I'm talking to someone and I feel like, you know what, you really need a therapist right now and not a life coach, that may be a determination where I say, let me connect you with some really good therapists, because I don't know that I'm the right person for where you're at in this stage of life. So really, it's just having a conversation to determine if this person is a good fit and if I'm a good fit for them.
So basically, if they come in your office and you look at their bag and you see that they got this big knife in their bag, all right, and they're talking about, well, I'm ready. And then they go to wipe their brow and they go, all right, I'm ready. And you notice it's a red rag that used to be white. No, we don't need, you need a therapist. Yeah. You don't need me.
Right. You need a whole nother level of help right now.
Well, see, you being here makes it easier for the younger folks, or for the folks, like you said, who are just embarking or may have broken out of something abusive, anything. Because honestly, when I grew up, each one of my brothers, and they're going to hate me when I say this, each one of my brothers, all they did was hand me a handful of condoms.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, is this the game? Okay, I can do this. You know, they didn't give me any of the other. It wasn't until my mother saw what was going on. She's like, all right, stop. You need to learn how to open doors. You need to learn how to treat women, blah, 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 blah. Because my brothers were just off the chain. They were just off the chain. I'm sorry. That's what it was.
So let me ask you, what's the difference in what you do in dating coach and divorce coaching?
That's a great question. So divorce recovery, and I specify recovery. One of the things that I did not have after I got divorced was for someone to tell me, this is how you heal from this. This is how you move on. There was a time or two where I did go to therapy, and we dug into my past, and I kind of realized, you know, how I had gotten into some of those situations, but there really wasn't anyone to hold my hand after that. And so with divorce recovery, I really play in the space of, now what? Now what do I do? I've signed these papers, you know, I've moved out. We're now, you know, I'm now single, maybe after 20 years. I coach women in their 20s, and I've coached women in their 70s. Some of these women have been married for 20, 30 years, and it's really the now what. And so I believe in my case specifically, I never had someone there to help me recover, right? You think about, for example, a broken arm. You break your arm, you go get a cast put on it, and depending upon how long that cast is on it, you may have to learn how to reuse part of your arm. Well, I never learned how to reuse my heart. I put the cast on it. I felt like it was healed, but I wasn't whole. So divorce recovery really is the what now? How do I move forward? How do I not end up in the same relationship? Dating coaching falls into two categories. This could be someone who is divorced. They've been on their healing journey for a couple of years, and they say, April, I think, and I say that, I think I'm ready to date. Okay. The healing process doesn't have a defined timeline. Everyone's healing is different. So with dating, it's someone who is either coming out of a toxic relationship and they need to also heal. It could be someone who feels like, I'm ready to re-enter the dating world. Maybe you haven't dated in 10 years. And you're like you said, Moni, life has changed out here in these streets. Dating is not the same. And so you might have someone in their 30s or 40s who hasn't dated in 20 years and they're ready to get back out there. So that's exactly that. It could be someone who's in a relationship and they're trying to figure out, is this really healthy? So we talk about boundaries. We talk about those things in the dating relationship to help them understand, are they in a healthy relationship, or do they need to make a decision to get out of that relationship?
See, you said an important word, boundaries.
Yes.
See, you said a very important word. Now, for some strange reason, and again, I know I'm gonna get a lot of flack from the brothers. We have no concept of boundaries. Okay, we go out there, and I say we because the first few times you go out there, you're just looking for a target. Okay, then you build up and you say, well, wait a minute, let me do something different. Wow, I like her. Let's go to the movies. Let's do this. Let's do that. And you kind of build from there. Now, here you are after all these years of being in this relationship. I've seen women who have come to me as a friend said, well, you're safe. Dang, okay, I've been in the friend zone before, but I ain't never been in the safe zone. What's that all about?
I think that's a low friend. That's
right.
Wow.
Hey, I stopped done went down.
Wow.
little gray hair, boy, get you in the safe zone. But the reality of it is they don't have anybody to talk to.
Yeah.
They don't have anybody who they can just vent to and say, here's what happened. And see, that's the void that I think you feel in, hey, come talk to me and let's see if we can create a path for you.
Correct. So it could be someone who's questioning their relationship. Now, let me say this. I do not advocate for divorce. I do not advocate for breakup. So I'm not out here telling women, just leave your man. No, I advocate for marriage. I believe in marriage. I believe in the core purpose of marriage. But what I am here to do is when someone needs to exit a relationship. I come from a faith-based background. We don't talk about divorce a lot, but in many instances, divorce is an answered prayer. So I always like to say that I am not pro-divorce, but I do know the power of divorce when you're in the wrong relationship. So back to boundaries. So boundaries, the way that I explain it is boundaries teach people how to treat you. That's the core of what a boundary is. It is setting a line in the sand to say in whatever area, and boundaries are with intimate relationships, your kids, your parents, your spouse, your brother, your sister, everybody. You need to have boundaries with yourself to a degree.
Facts.
But boundaries really just say, this is how I expect you to treat me, and this is going to be the consequences if I do not get treated this way.
Is that when they pull the 45 out? When they show the consequences?
Stop it.
My bad. Okay, I'm sorry.
That's all right. I got a 9.
38 over here.
That's what I'm talking about. A real coach. A real coach. Coach that been in the game. Yes.
Me going to the gun range is self-care for me. So I enjoy it. But yes, so that is someone that I would sit down with and say, what are your core values? What future do you want for yourself? Does this relationship align with that? There's so many factors, right? But you're absolutely right. So instead of maybe that safe person or that person in the friend zone, you can talk to an expert, and I'll talk you through some different things to help you better understand your relationship.
So now I have a question. In what you do, have you found that more of your clientele, the questions, or I don't know, more of your clientele are on your older side or your younger side for needing?
Yes. So my audience, my clients typically are mid-30s to mid-50s. And the reason why I believe that is twofold. When we're in our 20s, you can't tell us nothing.
Okay.
Agreed.
It's not until probably we hit that early to mid 30 mark where we've gone through enough relationships, we've gotten our heart broken enough where we start to say, you know what, maybe I need some guidance in this area. So the majority of my clients, mid 30s to mid 50s, many of my clients are 40s and 50s. They're like you and I. They've been married multiple times. They're trying to figure out, how do I end this cycle? What am I doing wrong? And they're willing to invest financially. So that's the other part, is in that age, 30s, 40s, 50s, we're now at a place of our life where we're really starting to talk about our future, think about what we want for the future and are more willing to financially invest in the help that we need. So it is definitely an age range that I believe this industry really caters to.
And they're tired of wasting time. Yeah. Okay.
Correct. Because once again, in your 20s, I got all the time in the world. You know, who cares if this is boyfriend number 8? I'm good. You hit that 35 and you're like, wait a minute, I want to have kids. I want a house. I want stability. Then, you know, the conversation changes.
It changes drastically. Okay.
Yeah.
When Valentine's Day comes around and you just turn the lights out, turn the TV off, you just don't even want to know nobody. Okay. Please let Valentine's Day go. Just hurry the hell up and go. Okay.
Well, you start seeing several of your girlfriends with knuckleheads and whatever, and you're like, ooh.
Yeah.
I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
No.
And there we go. That's how you know when you're happily single, because you can look at some of those relationships and instead of you feeling like, oh man, I'm left out, you're like, okay, I know I don't want that.
Right.
I'm gonna take myself out on Valentine's Day. I'm gonna buy my own flowers and my own gifts.
Right. I'm gonna stick to single and not mingle with that mess.
Oh, single and not mingle. Okay, we need to get some t-shirt people up in here. Okay.
All right, hey, I'm texting somebody right now.
But we're gonna remember that was mine, right? We're gonna remember.
Just so that you know, I'm going to the club, but you see the shirt, right? So just keep on pushing. Keep on pushing.
I'm here for the dance. That's all. By myself, I'm cool. Right. But that makes total sense. That makes absolute sense. But yeah, because I definitely can understand. Definitely can understand. What's that Sally say? If you're not happy with yourself, you cannot make anyone else happy. So true. I definitely agree. We can make each other very miserable.
Here we go. See, that's it. That's my thing for me. Okay. I look at this every day. Okay. Now this kiss can go one or two ways. Okay. That's all I'm going to say on it.
Where's your wife?
I don't know. It's not my turn to watch it.
Let me call you.
Oh, goodness.
I'm going to send her a copy of this show for sure.
I ain't got a problem with it. Let me
Whether you do or not, brother. Whether you do or not.
Just so that you understand the rules of dating. Now, when you date, you get married. The fun does not stop there. Okay. You get to pick and choose when you get in the doghouse. Okay. It's NFL season coming up. My doghouse is already built. Okay. I got 3 floors. I got 3 floors. I got hot and cold running water. Okay. Please. I got 2 microwaves. Okay. You understand what I'm saying? All right. My doghouse is built. Matter of fact, tomorrow they putting the carpet in. Don't play with me. I stay in the doghouse from the first kickoff of the preseason game until a week after the Super Bowl. I stay in the doghouse. Go ahead. You want to know?
That's why you already had that box of chips up there, right?
I mean, see why you going? Yeah, I'm stashing. I'm like a squirrel, baby. I'm getting all my goodies stashed away.
Kiss means keep it simple, stupid.
There you go. Thank you. Yes. I'm glad somebody defined that. See, that's why I just left it out there. I said you can take it any way you want to. Thank you, Sally. Okay.
Very good.
That's right. That's right.
Very good. You guys, look, what I'd like for you to do, all of our viewers right now, make sure that you go over and this right here, make sure, let me put it back on the screen. That would help. That would help, Moni. I'm saying this right here. This is her link tree. Make sure you go over and check that out. And I got that from, let me switch screens, from her IG page. So make sure you go over to her IG page. And when you're there looking at all of these beautiful pictures, you go right up here and click that right there to get over to her link tree. And you'll get to see all of that goodness that I showed you right here. And then that takes you to everything else about Ms. Nowlin there. And you'll get to see everything here. We saw that goodness right here. Let me click on that and it'll bring it up over on another page for me. Oh, well, it helps if I click the real thing over here.
Houston, we have a problem.
There we go. Because I'm clicking over on this one screen, not the other. There you go. And brings up everything that you want to see. There's their freedom t-shirt. that you can go and support. So make sure, because we don't just have people on here just to have them on here. We want you to go and support everything they're doing, right? That's why we have people on here. So make sure that you go to the Instagram page, because Instagram page has that real nice link tree on it that takes you to everything, because you have a podcast.
I
Let's
do.
go in. Look at there. You have more than one podcast, or because when I looked.
Oh, you know what? Go to playlist. And it'll take you to there.
Oh, she just got a whole playlist. I mean,
I got another
just a whole playlist.
I got a whole other monitor over here.
I know, right?
Yeah, I got a whole other monitor over here. Yeah,
like she like a junior Motown. Like which song do you want to hear? I mean, come on now.
And it's on all major podcast platforms. So if you're on Apple or Google or Spotify, it's on all of them. So you can listen anywhere that you listen to podcasts.
I went through all of that too. Yes.
I'm looking at it and I'm seeing Divorce Remix podcast. So I was thinking maybe that was music you played after you got divorced. You know what I'm saying? I thought it was the remix.
So, Divorce Remix, when I thought about what the work that I was doing, I thought about doing things different. And so when we remix something, we're doing it differently. And so I thought about the 3 times that I recovered from divorce, and the first 2 didn't work. So I was like, I got to do something differently. And so that's where the term remix comes in, because I want to help people recover differently. I got divorced every 10 years, 21, 31, and 41. And so by the time I was 41, I said, you know what? It's time to do something differently. And so that's where divorce is. Mm-hmm.
Some folks have the 7-year itch. She had the 10-year itch. Okay, I'm not understanding that, but okay,
It was a cycle. But here's the thing, Chris, it was a cycle, and that's what we don't realize, that we get into these patterns and we don't know it. But I would be married for 3 years. I think my longest marriage was 4 years. I'd get divorced and I'm like, I'm good for a couple years. Then I'd get lonely or something. I'd get into another relationship. We get married, and 3 or 4 years later, we were divorced. And it was a cycle. And
now hear this. Now hear this. If you're gonna date her, if you make it to 5 years, you in. I mean, I'm just putting that out there for the brother.
Man.
If you make it's like a business. Businesses fail in the first 5 years. If you get to the 5th year, you in it, dog. You in it. I don't know. She got a 10-year. That's true. She got a 10-year clause. You know what I'm saying?
Like, as a business coach.
Are you? Don't listen to Chris and get your feelings hurt.
Oh gosh.
Man, look.
But I've heard it said like this, that cycles change when you do.
Facts. Absolutely.
So if you want that pattern to change, you want that cycle to change, you're going to have to do something different.
You're going to have to realize what you're doing, own up to it, and then make the change. Yep. Make the change. And I watched you on one of your other podcasts, and you said when you look, when I say in my letter that I'm getting ready to stalk you.
You wasn't playing.
see, that's a stalker who sends you advance notice. Okay,
right.
You know what I'm saying? Dear so-and-so, I'm getting ready to stalk you, right?
If you don't get advance notice.
Right.
Is it really stalking if it's advance notice? I mean,
only if they decline the stalk.
Right.
You gotta give them that out.
I didn't get a PO, so
right.
But yeah, I'm gonna go through because I want to be prepared and I want to, know what's going on here about my guests. And so I look here, and then you have your books also. But when I went through and I saw that one, and you said you realized you kept marrying the same person.
Yeah.
That's what you discovered. Yeah. And I think with a lot of us, I literally married the same person. So I mean,
which is more common than what you think.
I've heard from other people that same thing, so you have to look at yourself though still, because that common denominator was me. It still was me, what was my issue. So, but let me bring up on the screen here, off of our link tree again, we have here our book, Move the Finish Line.
Mm-hmm.
And you can do a signed copy for them, yes?
Yes. Yes. So if you order through my website, then I will actually sign it and mail it to you.
So look at there, guys. That's something even a little special for you.
Mm-hmm.
You're not just getting a copy, you're getting a signed copy going through that way. So she's got all types of little special things in there for you. So again, go to IG, go to her IG. As a matter of fact, let me go back over here and have that scrolling down there so you can see that while we're doing this. Go to her IG and hit that link tree in there and just go down in there and click a few things here. Let me put it back up here on the screen for you and just kind of go down here and you can hire her to come and speak. What? We talked about it, but here we are, speaking, workshops, and podcasts. All that's right in here. Everything's right here for you. We don't just talk about, we're just not making up things about this young lady. We're not making them up. It's all right here. Well, it's all right here for you.
It's interesting because I think the other thing, I'm going to be scared to come out of my house tomorrow because brother's going to be sitting out there waiting.
Oh, no.
But are you giving away all the secrets?
Well, no, because you have to be honest. You have to, one of the things that you do in a relationship is everybody kind of goes to their corner and that's it. But something that one of our listeners, one of our people that are on here now said to me, about accountability. The thing is, what did you do wrong? Okay. And be honest and look at what you did wrong and say, okay, yeah, wow, my bad. And go to that person and acknowledge it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, that may not do a doggone thing for you, but for that person, it may take it off of their back. Like, ooh, okay, I thought that was my bad, but yeah, that was his bad. Okay, cool. But it's how it's presented. It's how it's presented. If you go to somebody angry and upset, well, you didn't account for this and you didn't account, you take all the fun out of somebody actually admitting it.
Yeah.
You really do. It's like, I'm not admitting a damn thing. Okay, let you figure it out because you just came at me all wrong.
Yeah.
But the reality of it is part of the healing process is the accountability.
Yes. One of the things that I stress through the book, shameless plug, and when I do a lot of coaching,
what book? Might as well go all the way now. What book is this?
So in the book, Move the Finish Line. So one of the things that I stress in the book, and it's a quick read. So y'all, if y'all are looking for like a 300, this ain't it.
2-hour read. 2-hour read.
2-hour read. Getting out 2 hours. But one of the things I stress that there are 3 things in our healing process. Number 1, facing the facts. So for me, I had to face the facts and own up to the fact that I was picking the wrong person and why I was picking the wrong person. The second thing is asking for help. We don't have to go on this healing journey alone. And 9 times out of 10, if we do it alone, we're not really going to get the result we want. And then the third one is to do the work. And so I share this story sometime in my talks where during my healing process, which really happened in 2019, I felt led to go to one of my ex-husbands, one of the ones I like. And I said, hey, there's something that I need to apologize for. And when I shared that, he said, you know what, April? He said, I've waited 10 years for that apology. Now, mind you, we didn't have a bad relationship. He didn't hold it over my head, but he told me, he said, I've been waiting 10 years to hear that. But what it did for me, and this is what apologies, this is what forgiveness does for us, it releases the chains of our past. And so not only for him was it like, thank you, but for me, it helped me to move on. And so we do have to take accountability for our part. When I hear about a divorce, unless it's, extreme abuse or things like that, but when I hear about divorce, I don't ever accept I did nothing wrong. Well, it takes 2. And so there is, Chris, to your point, a huge level and freedom in taking accountability for our actions.
Oh yeah.
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 And I like this right here. They said, someone said, and apologies don't have buts.
Yep.
I like that.
Yep.
I like that. Apologies don't have buts.
No, an
And
apology
someone-
is just there, just boom.
Yeah. Someone said, when the student is ready, the teacher will appear.
Yeah, that's good.
Search your
Mhm.
feelings. Obi-Wan never told you the truth. I am your father.
So this has been great. And I like that. Yes, because I knew I think in that podcast also, when you talked about the book, you said it was a 2-hour read, which
Mhm.
love
Yeah.
You
that.
just prepped everybody for it, right?
Well, look,
2-hour
that's
read, okay?
that's a good point to put out there for people. That's an
Right.
excellent point.
Yep.
Because who wants to sit down and read an encyclopedia?
Right.
Hey, just
Right.
think, would the sales of the book Gone with the Wind have really worked if they had put how long it would take to read the damn thing? Okay,
Well, I mean-
I'm just asking for a friend. Okay, the
You know,
movie's
I mean,
3 hours long, so
we didn't have cable and everything back then.
Right. Right.
So the things that you were doing back then were totally different. Totally
Mhm.
different. So let me go back here, and I wanted to share further down on the screen here for you to explain some of the other things that you have here. 7-day devotional journey.
Say that again 5 times fast. I dare you.
I don't succumb to peer pressure, just so you know.
Ooh, I've graduated. I'm a peer.
Oh,
You look for the good in that. All right.
That's right. That's right. I look for the good.
That's what you heard. Okay. So tell the people about what they can get from here. Not that they can't see that.
Yeah.
Well, for the people who are on the radio, they can't see that.
They can't see. So I created essentially 2 ebooks. One is specifically for divorced people, and then there's a 7-day devotional journey. So as a faith-based coach and speaker, I wanted to put out something for that person who may be just exiting a relationship and they're like, you know what, I just need something to kind of hold on to, something to feed my faith. And so it's all electronic. If you sign up for it, it's free. You'll get 7 emails, 1 a day, or you can just download the ebook. And it just has encouraging words, some journal prompts, some scripture, some prayers you can pray. Just when we have those moments where it's like, you know what, I'm feeling a little low spiritually, so I need something just to kind of boost me. So that's what this 7-day devotional journey is.
Very nice. Very, very nice.
See, I like how everything you do follows that KISS acronym. Okay. Because it really is, because it's right there for you. I'm on the website and I'm looking at, just above the Freedom t-shirt, it says post-divorce, newly single, dating reentry. It just cuts it down to those 3 things.
Mm-hmm.
Click on it. Boom. Everything's right there. I love it. I love it.
I try to make it easy. I think about, like I said, going back to those times when I needed help. I want it to become the help that I didn't have or the help that I couldn't find. And I want to make it easy.
And so this is under your tab for interviews, blogs, newsletters. They can go and kind of read more and see different things that you've done and whatnot here.
Yeah, so that's a collection. So this link to this podcast tonight will go up in a couple of days. So anytime I do a podcast or an interview with someone, I like to share that out on my page so that my audience can consume that content.
Oh, that's so
I
nice.
wish I had
Thank
known that.
you.
Let me button my shirt.
Oh my
That
gosh.
looks good.
Oh my gosh. My gosh. And so now I did before click on your resources, which I loved clicking on those right now. And so you can see some of those things over here also under resources, going over to your YouTube and the blogs over there, kind of I like how it then crosses over to be under that too. Your free guide and the podcast and everything right there. So
I love the fact that she likes all this green that she has. It's a green thing for her.
Yeah.
April got this green thing. I noticed that.
It's like seafoam green, which is my favorite color. So
Right. You know, I'm just noticing.
Okay.
Mm.
So it's a version of the peacock green. My spirit animal is peacocks, and so it's a spin-off from that color.
Is it? We had a peacock over here in our apartment complex. It was on top of our truck over here, and we have no water around here, none. This peacock just appeared.
Wow.
And I have video of it on my I think it's on my Going Down on the Mic page.
Okay.
And it was just jumping and it jumped on top of the building and everything.
Oh,
I just followed it
wow.
around. So beautiful. I'm like, this has to be someone's pet. It
It
has
wasn't
to
a
be.
pet. That was an omen that you're gonna go big time. It's now gonna be NBC is now gonna be the Negro Broadcasting Channel. And if Peacock was looking for a new home, that's all that was.
Okay. I'm gonna accept all of that. Okay.
April down there crying. She's like, he's a fool.
I'm gonna accept all of that. And so we click over to this right here. Which goes into more detail if they're wanting to go into connecting with you.
I mean, the way it looks, it really looks like a 12-step program. You know, when you look at there, see that look right there. Post-divorce, newly single, dating reentry. And then when you click on the plus signs, everything opens up and it's like, wow, okay. And and April explains it. Here's what we're gonna do. Here's the synopsis of what we're gonna do in this section of it. So I love it.
Thank you. I've actually been in marketing for 15 years, and so I actually
You
built
can tell.
a website. And so thank you.
You ain't missed nothing. Okay, you really didn't.
Yeah, you
I
can
appreciate
tell.
that.
Every part of it like links over so well to the other. I would have been confused, crying. This would have taken me 10 years. 10 years and still working on it.
Well,
It is absolutely beautiful and seamless. So yeah, you can tell you've been in marketing, and absolutely. This is absolutely beautiful. So you guys, WUBI Ubiquity Radio listeners, you're missing it. Definitely make sure you go over to our website and take a look at this. Make sure you catch the replay. Make sure you do all of those things, because you definitely want to come and check out with your eyes to see all of this. Listening to it, I know you can enjoy it in the car or on the app by all means, but make sure you take some time and go and take a look at all of this, because it is a treat for the eyes. By all means, all of our shows are great to look at, but just the seamless of it, I'm just telling you, like, it's delicious. She definitely is a marketing genius also. I'm just going to say it because it just delights my eyes, because I keep scrolling.
Wait, for those of y'all who are on, for those of you who are on the, I'm not sure if I'm going to do this. This may make your mind up, okay? Whichever way you're going, just the beauty of this site. That's all.
Absolutely. I have all these screens up on my other monitor over here, because I've gone through and clicked on everything back and forth. I've clicked on every little nook and cranny back and forth through here. And absolutely, if nothing else, it makes you feel warm and cozy. Okay.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. See, the part I like.
Isn't your goal to feel warm and cozy?
It is. Well, because you have to remember, the topics that I talk about, they're not happy topics, right? We're not running around talking about divorce and dating and we're all excited about it. And so I wanted my website to have that feel of comfort, of trust. And so I'm glad that it comes across that way, because that's what I wanted.
Well,
it comes across that way. Yeah,
it did. And you guys, look, Moni does not compliment easily. Okay. I don't compliment easy. And we did not talk about this ahead of time. She didn't give me any of this to do, whatever, none of that. So yeah, it really does. And you see, I kept scrolling all back and forth over. It does. It makes you feel warm and cozy. It
so
really does.
Be a lesson to the business owners. Get your website together. Call me.
look, you may be getting a call. Okay. The thing I love is it opens up with a broken relationship is not the end. It's the beginning of something great.
Yeah.
That to me was like, oh man, Yeah, I can work with that. I really can. Whichever way it goes, I can work with that.
So one of the other things we wanted to talk about was online dating versus traditional dating. Because I know we have please.
I can leave. I'm gonna leave y'all now.
Please. Because I'll tell you, I met my husband on online dating.
Yay!
Plenty of fish.
Oh, okay.
Okay. However, I was not looking for love. I was about, I had a team. Okay. I had a team. I was very honest because I
had a roster. You had the roster.
Yes. Yes. I was very honest about it. My profile was about this long. And in the center of it, I had, when you message me, in the subject line, put your favorite color. Because that way I knew if you read it.
There you go. Come on.
Okay. That was the first thing off. I knew if you read it that way. And so when you come in my inbox, you beautiful, my beautiful Nubian queen. All that bull. Because I wasn't looking for no relationship either. But I was clear. Everybody wasn't getting the cookie either. Okay?
There we go. Okay.
Right. Some people was just for, going out with. Some people was just for this, that. If you want to be the MVP, you step your game up. If you wanted to take me away from all this, you knew what to do also. Let's be grown about this and all that. No foolishness, no drama. What?
The game comes with instructions.
Yes.
Yeah. Make it
the
clear.
Game comes with instructions.
I was very, very clear. You'll never.
So you wiped out like half the guys because half of them couldn't read. So you just knocked them right out real quick.
Exactly.
I like that.
Very, very clear. If we're out and you with somebody else, I'm with somebody else, speak, keep it grown. If that don't work out tonight, hit me up if I'm free. I was so crystal clear.
Yeah.
Let me see when I can pencil you in, because you really not.
I'm not gonna cause no problems. You don't cause no problem.
There we go. So I do get that question all the time. I get people that ask, like, should I date online? Should I date in person? What's the differences and all? And I get it from, men, women, everyone. So the core of dating is the same, right? Where I feel like we find the differences with online and traditional dating, there's pros and cons to both. One of the things with traditional dating is we tend to, I think, let our guards down a little bit quicker because we've met this person in person. We've seen them. We feel like, oh, we had a 5-minute conversation in a grocery store. I can trust you a little bit more. Okay. And so people feel like meeting someone in person is a little safer. Well, anyone that you meet, there's just some guidelines and things that I give just right out the gate from phone call number one. So with traditional, like I said, most people feel like I'm going to find someone safe. I'm not going to meet someone crazy and all these things. Well, I've dated plenty of crazies that I met in person. Okay. The other thing is that when we meet someone traditionally, we're typically giving them personal information very early. So we're giving them our phone number. We may give them, our social media, things like that. So right out the gate, to connect with me, you've got to get my phone number. You've got to get some personal information. Once again, that causes us to kind of drop our defenses like, okay, I've shared this. We're going to talk. So traditional dating may make us feel a little safer, but we still have to have a strategy. We still have to be safe. Online dating. So here's what I hear about online dating. It's nothing but crazies. Well, once again, the crazies are everywhere. Some of the benefits of online dating is, Moni, to your point, you can weed through people without allowing them into your personal space. Now, I've heard this. Well, everyone online lies. People in person lie too. And so it's really about having, and I say this, a good dating strategy, something we've never been taught, having a good dating strategy. So no matter where you meet someone, you are still looking at the things that you need to look at and pay attention to the things you need to pay attention to. So that's one of the benefits of online, is that you can filter through people without having to have a personal connection to them. Like you said, someone enters your inbox and he's talking crazy already, or she's talking crazy already, I can just delete you. If I meet you in person, now you've got my phone number. We may have met up in person already. So there's pros and cons to both, but I don't knock either one. The last few years, so I've been actively dating since mid 2021. That's when I felt like I was ready to date again. So about a year and a half after my last divorce. And I've done primarily online dating. I'm a business owner. I work. I am a single mom. And so for me, I don't hit the clubs, all these different things that we did once again in like our 20s to meet people. And so I'm not dating someone that I, work with. So for me, it worked well for me to meet people online. Because if I'm, sitting at home and I've got a few minutes, I can kind of scroll through, maybe have some conversations. So it's really no one's better than the other. It's about having a good dating strategy across the board.
But now, here's the question.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't ask this question lightly. In today's climate,
Mm-hmm.
you have the people with the other pronouns.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So now the question is not to limit them in any way.
Yeah.
But you have the LBGT plus community out there.
Mm-hmm.
You have some of them who are very upfront about what they want, who they are, so on and so forth.
Mm-hmm.
You have the others who I know guys flat out who have been on the date, did the whole thing, made sure that everything was correct, and now they're starting to get serious. And all of a sudden he finds out that Eve is really Steve.
Mm-hmm.
Now, how do you address that? My answer to anybody is, if you're in that situation, be upfront.
Yes.
And then let that person decide, do I still want to go forward or what? But the terror comes in. You've invested this time. You've invested all of this energy.
Mm-hmm.
You've presented this person to people in your life.
Yeah.
And the embarrassment is what causes the problem.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what causes the problem.
Yeah. One thing that we have to remember, relationships are risk. They will always be a risk. Love will always be a risk. And what I mean by that is, yes, in this situation, that person got bamboozled. That person was lied to about gender, but that same embarrassment, and in today's world, that is a different level of embarrassment, especially I believe for maybe a man. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But at the same time, that a person could have lied about their criminal past. They could have lied about, their financial situation. I've been there. People lie about all types of things. And so, like you said, it is always wise to be completely upfront. Going into it, I tell people, you don't want to tell people everything about yourself, but you need to tell the important things and let them make a decision, because you could end up in a situation that could lead to violence if you lie to someone, especially if, they're embarrassed, they're hurt. We talk about men, their manhood is, hurt or challenged. And so it's always wise. I don't care if it's, finances, career, because I have met people that lied about the smallest stuff. And it's like, did you really need to lie about that? And so it really comes down to being honest across the board. And so for those people who may be in LGBTQ communities, or just the average guy or girl, is you need to present yourself in a way that is truthful. Now, let me say this, Chris, because this is another one that comes up. These dang filters, the pictures. So I was talking to a guy not too long ago, and I was like, hey, how do you deal with the filters? Because specifically women, and I think men do it too, but women, you would get out there and be like, wait, that's not what you look like. And he said, I'm laughing.
That was saying it lightly.
He said, April, I look for the ugliest picture they have, and I assume that's what they actually look like.
Well, it's true. I don't know if you know my background, but I am a photographer.
Oh, okay.
I was the photographer that took your pictures at the event.
Oh, in March?
Yes.
Oh,
Hey. So yeah, when you say filters, it's a funny thing to me because, like, wait a minute. I know what models look like when they come in to go to work.
right.
And it's like, if they could only see what you look like before the miracle makeup. Okay. So yeah, that's another lie.
Yeah.
That is another lie. If
Mhm.
you present yourself this way on Instagram, which I call don't give a damn, I really don't call it Instagram. And when you present yourself and you put that picture up there, that's the expectation.
Mhm.
And even though that picture is 22 years old, that's the expectation. Okay. So you need to fix that. And they don't understand that.
Because
They
it
don't
used to just
understand.
be they put an old picture up. Now
Oh,
they have, yeah, because now it's filters.
No,
And
now it's all kind of, your eyes are
it's
12 different colors.
AI.
Yeah,
Mhm.
man.
oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Because
Yeah.
when I was doing the online dating, I'd have guys we're supposed to meet at a restaurant and they get there 30 minutes early. So they're watching to see who gets out the car.
That's me. I would get there early because I want to
Me
see
too.
in case I need to go to
Right.
the bathroom.
Right. Because
Back at my house.
they would lie too. You know what I'm saying? And then the other thing I was going to say that I've had, like, my business number is a Google number. And I
Mhm.
originally got it when I was doing online dating
Right.
because it's not attached to an address. You can
Right.
screen through it, and I would tell people, like, when you're doing online dating, use a Google number. Don't use like your real cell phone number and all those different types of things,
Mhm.
because there are people who are computer savvy and they can track your behind down. Like, use
Yeah.
a Google number. You can have it be from any area code. You can
Mhm.
have it say whatever, like, it's a safer way to go. Like, you have to use some of that. Someone said, I'm not responsible for anyone's expectations unless I helped create them. True.
Yeah.
But I always wondered with the females, I'm like, if you're putting a picture of yourself
Mhm.
at 150 pounds and you're now 250 pounds, if you never intend to meet them, okay. But if you know you're going to meet them, what are
Mhm.
we doing here?
Yeah.
What,
Yeah.
how
And
do
I've
you?
said it on the flip side. That happened to me beginning of 22, I think. I had met a guy online. We connected pretty well. And I got to the restaurant early and he walked in, and in my mind I went, oh no. And let me say this. He was heavier. He was a lot heavier than his pictures, and his pictures were probably 8 to 10 years older than what he is now. I did not have an issue with his weight. I have an issue with deception. If you are starting out this relationship with deception, what else am I going to uncover? Another thing that I have had happen is you meet someone online and their name is Dave, right? You get through the screening process. We have our first call. Hey, Dave, how are you doing? Oh, my name really isn't Dave. It's Greg. Well, why is it Dave? Well, I don't want people in my business. Deception. And so those are things that I teach people to look out for in any dating relationship, right? And so once again, it wasn't his size. It wasn't because he was a great guy. It was the fact that you started this out with deception. So that already tells
To
me
his
I
defense,
can't trust you.
to his defense, okay,
Mhm.
he looked like that. That is how he looked when he took that picture. Now, in between when he took that picture and now, Weight Watchers weren't watching. And so he
Get out
went
of
to the
here.
refrigerator a few times.
Get out of here.
Weight Watchers
And
weren't
that's
watching. They were,
fine.
Well,
And then
most
that's
people,
fine.
and most people just think that, well, I'm going to win you over with my personality and
Mhm.
this won't matter, which obviously you all did have a connection.
Yes.
And they think that that's just it, but not realizing that the deception, like as with a child, you get your behind beat for the lie
Yeah.
worse than for
Yeah.
what you did. You know what I mean?
And I was very honest with him. Had he had a picture that looked like himself on that site and we still connected, we may have been together today. But I
However,
don't
would
do
you have
deception.
if that was the only picture.
Correct, because he didn't look bad. Let me be clear about that. Just because he was heavier, he didn't look. Now he looked completely different than them pictures, but he wasn't a bad looking guy. And when I asked him about it, his response was almost nonchalant, like it wasn't a big deal. And once again, this is April, because I live a very happy, healthy single life. I do not do deception.
Yes.
I don't. Bottom line.
And I mean, and the truth is that you probably would not have stopped on his picture.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. He wasn't a bad looking guy. He really wasn't. And I actually like kind of thicker guys. Wasn't a bad looking guy. It was the simple fact that you knew that them 8 pictures you had up there looked nothing like you do right now. And when I asked you about it, your explanation was very nonchalant, like it doesn't matter. And I shared that with him. I said, to me, you lied. You misrepresented yourself. Oh, well, you know, it's not a big deal. No, because here's the thing that I teach people. If you let that small thing in, it's going to grow. Because the core of it was deception. And if you thought deceiving people was not a big thing, what else is not a big thing to you? So when I teach, so one of the things I do teach people is how to do online dating correctly in a safe way and things like that. You know, I would always have pictures that were me dressed up, me looking casual, makeup on, makeup off. You're gonna see what you're getting. Yeah, you're gonna see what you're getting. And I don't look like this all the time. Let me tell you.
Right.
Wait. Just a disclaimer, right? I don't look like this all the time. Okay. Yeah, see, but see, that's it. That's the whole thing. If people understood the disclaimer portion of this is who I am, you've got 8 pictures to show me what's going on. Hey, this is the picture I like the most. This is the picture I took 2 weeks ago. This is a picture I took 3 days ago. Now you can see this person's weight has fluctuated.
Yep.
All right. So I think the problem is, had he put that picture in there, even if it was just part of the 8-picture program, you would have at least seen it.
Correct.
And the fact that it was not there is like, okay, really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
so I understand your point.
Absolutely.
It was a deception.
Total.
Yeah.
It was catfish.
Yeah. That my daughter.
Like people come to me and say,
she was what?
My daughter was 14 and she was like, Mom, you got catfished. I was like, I know, baby.
Definite catfish.
See, that's the other cool thing. When you sitting there with your daughter looking through the picture.
Well, no, we don't do that. Let me be clear. That is not a practice.
Okay.
But I do talk to her about dating. You know, going back to the who taught you how to date. She's now 15. And as her mom who is dating, I am going to be the best example she has of how to date and how to date in a healthy way. So we would talk about, hey, mom's going on a date. And I was accountable to her. So I would do home. And what that does is when she gets to the age of being able to date, she cannot date right now. When she gets to the age of being able to date, I was accountable to you. You now have to be accountable to me. What time did you get there? When are you leaving? You know, all these different things. And so we would talk about, yes, mommy went on a date, and are you going to see him again? Well, no, and here's why.
Okay, so let's broach that area of it. I'm glad you brought that up. So you have a daughter, she's 15?
She's 15 now.
So how far do you go into detail, or what is your obligation to her in the teaching her how to date? Because like you said, we didn't get it, or either we got too much of the wrong stuff or we got nothing at all. So what are the boundaries that you have in place with teaching your daughter?
Yeah. So one of the things, so she cannot date right now. I teach her, well, let me say this. No matter the age of your child, there are age appropriate ways to teach them about relationships. The reason why I say age appropriate, because you have second graders coming home telling their parents about the porn that they watched at school that another little boy brought in. And
Okay.
so in today's day and age, we cannot, and I don't know how old you guys are, I'm 46, but we didn't have those conversations as parents. If we asked about sex and things like that, it was get out of here. Don't talk about that. You don't need to think about that. Well, that didn't help.
Right.
And so in today's day and age, as parents, we are competing with the world's view, with everyone's view of what healthy relationships should be, what healthy physical boundaries should be, things like that. And so with my daughter being 15, I talked to her about what does a relationship mean? So when she was in, say, 7th grade, so she probably was 12, 13 years old. She came home one day and she was like, Mom, I want a boyfriend. I said, why? All my friends have boyfriends and I'm lonely. I said, well, let's talk about that. I said, what does having a boyfriend mean to you? What level of responsibility does that come with? And so we had those conversations. And at the end of the day, she was like, I'm good. Like, I'm good about myself. I'm good. But she said a word that gets us in a lot of trouble. She said, I'm lonely.
Yes.
I said, what does lonely mean to you? And she was like, well, I don't play with my friends as much. I'm by myself. And she's an only child at my home. And so, what I told her, I said, well, let me tell you, loneliness is not cured by a relationship, in an intimate relationship, because there's plenty of married people out there that are the loneliest people in the world. Loneliness is cured by companionship. This is where we get a group of friends. This is where we go, to the gym with friends. This is where we join a club, a group, whatever that may be. And so instead of teaching her, because we all get lonely, I could have said, girl, you're not lonely. Lonely is a natural emotion in life. We get lonely. I believe that God designed us for companionship. And so what I taught her was companionship comes in different ways. Let's me and you hang out. Go to your grandparents' house and hang out with your friends. So trying to get her to understand that the cure for loneliness isn't, I need a boyfriend like what I see my friends in. Now, years later, she tells me like, oh man, remember so-and-so who was dating so-and-so in 7th grade where they dated so-and-so and now, and she's like, Mom, I am so glad I don't have that drama. I am so glad I don't have that drama. So age appropriate conversations. Yeah. Secondly, be honest with your kids. I have never hid the fact that I've been divorced 3 times from my daughter, and why? Because I never want her to see that as some sort of badge of honor, or that it didn't mean anything, or that it didn't have consequences. So my goal with that is that I'm always going to be honest with her in hopes that she does something different. So in a lot of cases, we try to hide so much from our kids, and kids they're not dumb. They see things, they hear things, they understand things. And so even with that, we talk about, how did mommy end up being divorced 3 times? We talk about not being healed from our past. We talk about being lonely. We talk about all these different things, so that my hope is that she doesn't repeat the mistakes that I've done.
And that was
absolutely
beautiful. See, well, for me, the way I was raised, it was very different from that, because everything was hid. Everything was very hush hush and kept away from me. And I did the opposite with I have 2 boys, 18 months apart. They're in their late 20s now, but when they were about the same age, junior high, and I knew I didn't want them learning from their stupid friends. All this stuff and out in the street. I wanted them to feel comfortable with their bodies. I wanted them to feel comfortable to come to their parents. And I took them to when they said they wanted condoms, whatever. And I took them to CVS, and we went down the entire aisle from the condoms all the way, and it ends with the pregnancy test and all of that. We went down the entire aisle. And taught them how to purchase condoms, the different ones, from the reservoir tips to the lubricated to the everything, lube, and all that. And I'm like, and at this age, you shouldn't be needing lube, and blah, 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 blah. And don't ever use no Crisco, no this, no that, and what breaks condoms down, and, the pregnancy test, and just everything. We went through it all. Yeast. Showed them pictures of what bad vaginas look like, how to do a smell test, just taught them the whole thing, you down till you shouldn't be even having sex right now, all of that. But if you do, this is what you need to have. Never accept a condom from your friend. Definitely don't take one from a female. And this is why you don't take one from your friend, because he might have got it from a female, you know, all of those things. You know, I don't care if you have to ask me for money to get them. Have your own condoms, you know, don't have them in the heat, just all of those different things to make them know, you know, to be beyond protected type thing. So, you know, just because they're males and just the whole thing, you know, let me know if you ever have this sensation, that sensation, this. And I can remember one of them coming to me and say, look at this. I'm like, shit. Okay.
Right.
So what do I do with this? See, I had the girls. So I had the 5 daughters. All right, mine was totally different. Mine was, Daddy, something's wrong. Why? I'm bleeding. Really? I'm a single father. So I'm like, where are you bleeding? I don't want to tell you. Well, you have to tell me. Because if it's a Band-Aid situation, we got them. If it's anything else. So my brother caught me. I was in the store. I kid you not. I don't care what nobody says. It's the craziest experience in the world. I went to the store. My brother was there and he saw me. So I had to be cool about it. Then I thought about it. I ain't no sense of me being cool about it. Let me just go ahead. Man, I stuck my left arm out and went down the whole aisle. I don't know what you're gonna need, but here's a little bit of everything. Oh man. Well, see, because when my oldest daughter, right this moment, as we sit here, and I'm getting ready to say this and feel older than I look. My oldest daughter is 53 years old.
Wow.
Look at April. She's like, man, talk about black not cracking.
Well, I was like, 1 minus the 2.
Carry it, multiply it.
Right.
I'm 66. So she's like, now she's doing the math. 13. Let me just stop all y'all. It was 13 when she was born. And so I didn't have that conversation. I had the oops up conversation. Like, what happened? Oops. Okay. So now I've got this child. And like I said, that was the first thing that happened. You know, the puberty starts. Okay, great. I was in the military. I went away for 6 months. No, 3 months. It was 3 months. I came back. This child was 6'4", 6'3", and she was slam dunking on my nephews in the backyard. That's not what bothered me. What bothered me was I left her with one of my sisters, and she had cantaloupes under her shirt. She jumped up and slam dunked. And when she came down, those things stayed up. And when they came down, wait, what am I? I'm serious. I'm pulling into the driveway. Like, wait a minute. I went to the family member. What's going on? And she's wearing a white beater t-shirt. What's happening out in the backyard? Oh, they're playing basketball. No, there's something else going. Wait, come, child, Trey, come here, right here. And so she comes. I was like, did you know about this? Well, yeah, that happens to girls. No, not like this. There's a process, A, B, C, D. You know, you go through the letters. No, she went straight to double D. Like, come on, man. So that was my first terrifying experience, those two things. Then Dallas, I love my child to death. She was the total opposite.
Chris,
I got this. I can handle it.
Chris,
I can do this.
We have to look at it from this standpoint. As parents, especially when they're men, you know, it terrifies them.
Yeah.
Right.
Straight up.
So,
and I had 9 sisters. So why was I terrified?
Let me ask April this. So do you have men that you also counsel, or is it mostly women?
It is mostly women. That is my target audience. But in this last year, I have started to do some coaching with men, depending upon the support that they need. One of the things that I am mindful of is there are core principles, right, that I can share with the man, and core healing things I can share with the man. But there are some cases where men just typically respond better to men. And so I do that on a case by case basis. I do have another friend who's in the industry. She's a divorce strategist, and she's created some programs for men as well. And so it's just one of those areas where I think that there are sometimes where a man just needs to talk to a man, but it depends on where they're at.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure with it. Now, we've gone over those in recovery and dating after divorce, healing after heartbreak. Did we touch on that enough, or you have anything for us more with the healing after heartbreak?
Yeah, so that may be someone who has never been divorced, but maybe they're coming out of a toxic relationship. Maybe they're coming out of a long-term relationship and they need to heal. One of the things that I say all the time, divorce is a death, but it's not a death sentence. The end of our relationship is a death, and there's a grieving process. And so even though you may not have been legally married, right? There's still some heartbreak involved. There's still some healing that needs to be done. And so the reason why I started to actually say that term is because I would have people who would come to me and say, April, I've been in this relationship for 6 years. We just broke up. I really need to heal, but I've never been divorced. Can you help me? And so I wanted to make sure that that group of people can still get the help, even though they've never been legally divorced, because there's still a healing process that needs to happen. So that could be someone, I'm coaching a young lady who she had been in a few of the same type of relationships. She's like, I keep dating the same guy. I keep dating the same guy. And so working with her on, okay, how do you now choose someone different? How do you now make sure that you're healthy so that you can spot someone else as healthy? So that's where the healing after heartbreak. So it may be someone who's never been divorced, but I'm still coming out of this relationship and I need some help to heal.
Okay. So that opens up the spectrum of who
Correct.
you can help also.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're still out here helping and healing.
Helping and healing. Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
What else would you like to share with the people just from out of your bag of helping and healing?
I mentioned that I did divorce coaching. So I started my business, business coaching. Sorry. I started my business in 2013. And it actually was a business coaching business. And so I worked with a lot of entrepreneurs, faith-based organizations, small businesses to kind of do the same thing, make sure their businesses were healthy, right? So back to that healthy, specifically in the areas of sustainable marketing strategies. So you mentioned my website and things like that. I'm big on design and things like that. So that's another area that I help people. I don't do it as much, but if you're listening and you're like, hey, April, I need to kind of get some things healthy in my business, reach out to me. We'll do a consultation, see if it's a good fit. But just really to the people that are listening, maybe you've been through a broken relationship, you find yourself in a cycle of relationships, a cycle of divorces, and you feel like it's hopeless. You feel like, life is over. Like I say, divorce, breakups, they are a death, but it's not a death sentence. And you can still create a life that you love. I don't care how old you are, how young you are, you still have time to do that.
For the businesses, are there specific types of businesses that you assist more than others, or you're open to all types of businesses?
I typically work with service-based businesses. However, if you have a product-based business, there are some programs I have in place for that, but primarily it is service-based businesses.
Okay. Startups, established.
Yeah, so typically it's business that are less than 8 years old. So they are still in that stage of setting their foundation. They may even be trying to identify their target audience. I'll put this on the website for those who are listening in the resources. I just did a training on how to identify your target audience. If you go to that business consulting page, you can download a free download on that. So it's any of those businesses who are saying, I've got this great idea, but I'm struggling to grow. That's the biggest thing. I'm struggling to grow. And so what I do is I work with you to understand where you stuck. Is it your marketing? Is it your business processes? Is it your target audience? Is it your products? And we kind of break down what that looks like and put a plan in place for you to grow. So typically it's about 8 years or so or under that I work with the businesses.
Okay. And this is that business consultant
Correct.
page right here.
Yep. Yeah. So if you scroll down to the bottom, if you guys check in right there, go right up a little bit, right up, almost right there. So I just did a new resource on how to connect with your target audience. So if you're wondering, who is my product for? Who is my product not for? How do I hone in on my target audience? You can get that free download and it'll answer a lot of those questions and it'll give you a little coupon. So if we do work together, you'll get a slight discount.
Oh, okay. There you guys go. So go right in there. Again, go to Instagram, go right over there to your link tree, and then go down. Wait, let me bring it back up there. Go to that link tree and then go down to business consulting and click on that. And it'll bring up this page and you scroll down and you'll come right here to this and click that little download.
Yep.
And you're there. And then you say a big old thank you to her.
No, thank you.
Get some help. Well, thank you. It's thank you going all the way around, but mostly thank you to you because they can thank me all day and they won't get that help.
There you go.
They're not gonna get that discount.
Exactly, that discount or the help. So they have definitely say thank you to you. So thank you so much. Let me see what's this comment that we have here coming up. This has been really great. Thank you all. From a Facebook user there. I'm not sure who that is, but they are grateful to you. So you have given so much amazing. I told you guys. I told you. Moni does not lie. She does not over exaggerate in any way. I can pick them and I can tell you when it's getting ready to be hot and if you miss it that you were just going to be regretful because this has been amazing. Sally says thank you for coming on. April, have a blessed evening. You guys, thank you so much. WUBI Ubiquity Radio to all of my amazing platforms. I have to say, and put iHeartRadio. Thank you so much for all my listeners that are on there. Thank you so much. Hopefully, I'll talk to you later. Maybe she'll be one of my platinum guests, and we'll get that on out there for you. Thank you for everyone who is listening. Before you leave, I need to bring up. See, let me put it down here. I know it's somewhere at the bottom of my page over here. We have to have our platinum sponsor. Click this over here. See his face smiling right there.
Look, I'm smiling. Well,
Yes.
I'm happy because you actually said to me.
What I said something.
Note.
Mm-hmm.
No, you said something positive. You said make sure that you do your research.
I did
on this guest.
Mm-hmm.
Now, usually when she makes that statement, it's like, oh, here we go. Right. But this was totally fantastic.
Thank you.
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the feedback, the back and forth, everything.
And that, of course,
Okay,
was our platinum sponsor, Stephanie Hollis, Get Body by Stephanie. We absolutely love her. And she always has that great message for us. Do what you love. Do what you love in life and you will never work again. And we all know that that's true. And that's the type of guest that we have on, that do what they love.
I don't think April's working. I think she's just doing, I think she's just doing what she loves. She's been smiling the whole show. The whole show.
I tell you, when I say I love what I do, y'all, for real, like I truly have a passion for helping people to pursue their purpose and to find freedom and independence and joy. So I really do love, on the business side, on the personal side, I really do love what I do.
And that's
Oh, no,
why
you having
I
fun.
say that whenever we have a guest on, and they all can dig it. They can dig it and they can understand it because you're doing what you love and it's not even like work. It just comes off naturally. And that's why for the other people, for our audience that's listening, that's watching, you guys don't know this. I'm going to say this because they have no clue. So, we're contracted with Empowered Magazine, and these are our empowered honorees that come on, and they're contracted to only be on here for 20 minutes, y'all. Okay. Let me just say that they're only contracted to be on here for 20 minutes. So I think I've had only one guest in over a year that's only been on for 20 minutes. And because we don't stop you. We don't.
Yeah, it was a great conversation.
Right. And
Look,
why
they
would we
can say
stop
20
it?
minutes, but we ain't doing that. Right. We're not stopping at 20 minutes.
Wait, no, we don't, because we own radio station also, and so we're slotted for 2 hours, and we don't stop the show. If we're in here and we're doing and it's meshing and it's good information coming out and flowing, we don't say, "Oh, your 20 minutes is up." Never do we, And so
It's wonderful.
Yeah, good information is coming out.
It's like being in a party back in the day. Remember when you used to party and parents would say, be home at a certain time? You know what I'm saying? Wait, the party didn't get started.
The party just getting started.
Absolutely.
Just getting started.
Absolutely.
Come on.
And that's why we always, and I don't know if you remember at the summit, and say, I become your favorite first cousin.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, we respect your resume, we respect what you've done. The people want to know you, and then we just let it flow out. That's why I always ask, okay, what is it that you want to talk about? Because we're going to talk about some other stuff in reference to the business, and it's going to get out there. I'm going to get all in your business. I'm going to stalk you, and I promise you, I'm going to get the word out. I'm going to get it out. I'm going to get more than the word out. I promise you. I promise you.
Then she recruits stalkers. See, that's the thing. She recruits stalkers. Okay. She will call me.
Sally is my director of research,
Chris,
and so she'll say, "We got to get."
Make sure you do the research. Make sure you do the research on this one, April Nowlin. Don't know, not New Orleans. Nowli. Right. Look, you think about the conversation we had. I'm serious. It was like, do the research, and then it's like you have to have a test. Y'all don't see the test I have to go through before we get on the air. Okay? Who are we interviewing? Don't look at the screen. Don't look at the screen. Who are we interviewing? April. And what does she do? She's a coach, a life coach. Yeah. Y'all don't see what I got to go through. Like, the show starts at 7, but from 6:30 until 7, I'm sweating. So by the time y'all get on the show, look, got me to the point where I got my black hat. It's like, let me throw my hat up. Help! I need help.
And there's my Sally. Sally used to work for FBI, CIA, whatever. All I do is give her name, and then she told me she's already got good stuff on her.
Awesome.
Right.
It's weird. I think
that's why I always ask: is there anything that you don't want put out? Yeah, because Sally, I just give her a name and then I just let her go.
I'm an open book. I am an open book.
Okay.
Yeah, because Sally finds things
I don't care.
We don't know how she finds a lot of stuff. She finds. I don't give her anything.
I tell you, she came from Jeopardy.
I love Sally.
As soon as Alex Trebek died, okay, we automatically wound up with Sally. Now, I'm not saying, but if I were saying, there's a timeline there.
Yeah, we just let Sally go. We love Sally so much.
Sally just goes.
Appreciate you, Sally. Yes, so much. I love you to life, not to death, to life. So,
yeah,
April, I've appreciated this time. I hope that you've enjoyed yourself. I hope that you've gotten value out of being here today. Do you feel empowered?
I do. And thank you, Moni. Thank you, Chris. This was fun. Sometimes when we do these, interviews, it's kind of like, all right, what's your name? What do you do? But this was a great conversation. So I'm honored to be on the show. I appreciate it. But yeah, it was great. I had a really great time.
I appreciate that.
Tell me, April, what was a life coach? What does a life coach do? I mean, we really want to know. Oh, that's the other show. I'm sorry. My bad.
You should have known from seeing me at the summit that that's just not how I
Yes.
flow.
Yes. Yes. It's been a great time.
We are not going
Thank
out
you
like
so
that.
Thank you so much for being here. And our show is going to continue on. We're going to go ahead and let you get some rest. And I'll be talking to you soon after. Thank you so much, April. You have a great time this evening.
Thank you again. Have a good night.
It was a pleasure
Bye-bye.
having you
Thank
on.
you.
Good night.
Bye-bye. All right, all right, all right.
I loved it.
All right,
This was
all
that
right,
show.
all right. Yes.
Yeah, this was that
Yes.
show.
I hope
You
you
know,
learned
and
something.
then I did. You want to know what I learned?
No.
Keep my butt at home. Keep my butt.
No.
No, we're not doing nothing. No, I'm good. I'm good.
You're
I
not
learned a
doing
lot.
anything. You're not doing anything.
No, I'm good.
Again,
good.
WUBI Ubiquity Radio listeners and viewers, we want to thank you so much for hanging in there with us. Hey, guys, if you're watching us, those that are watching us and listening to us, go ahead and click subscribe, click follow, all those different things. Go ahead and click share and everything like that for us. Please, please, please push this on out there. We appreciate that. Go ahead and make that happen for us. Especially our YouTube channel. If you're not watching this on YouTube, go ahead and over there to our YouTube channel, which is going
over
on
to YouTube, yeah.
And click subscribe. Go ahead over to our Instagram channel, which is going down on the mic. Click follow. Go ahead over to our Facebook page, which is going down on the mic, and click friend, follow, whatever it is over there. Go ahead to our Twitter page, which is going down on the mic. Go to all our social media and definitely subscribe, click, and follow. Do us that favor. Definitely all of our other podcast stations, Apple, Google, iHeart, Overcast. Amazon Music. Did I say iHeart?
You said iHeart.
Yeah. It's some others. Cast, Overcast.
Well, the list keeps growing. So
I know.
the list keeps growing. So I'm not mad at all. Okay.
I know. Whatever language you're listening to us in, we thank you for listening to us and watching.
Over 150 countries.
Absolutely. We appreciate all of that love. Make sure that you definitely go and follow and subscribe to our guest that we had tonight. Let me put that back across there. Oh, let me let you know who our guest is next week.
It's another empowered honoree. That much I do know.
Lauren Cole will be here next week. Next week is the 23rd, correct? Next Wednesday, the 23rd?
Yeah, next Wednesday is 23rd.
Yes. Miss Lauren Cole will be here with us. She is another empowered guest. So she will be here next week. So make sure you come back and check her out. Okay. All righty.
How did we get all of these empowered people? Didn't we? Oh, yeah. We do stuff with Empowered Magazine.
Yeah. Like I said earlier, yep. Empowered Magazine. So if you guys know of a amazing woman who's out here doing amazing things in her life, supporting her community, doing her thing with her family and all of that, go ahead over to Empowered Magazine online. And yes, good night, Sally. Hugs to all. Namaste. And nominate her for to be recognized in Empowered Magazine. Do that. Nominate someone, some amazing woman. Do not nominate me. That's dead ass right there. Do not nominate me. Don't do that.
You just killed the whole program. Don't nominate me. What? Why not?
No,
you do some amazing things.
I
Actually,
appreciate
you should be nominated just for dealing with me every week. I mean, I'm just
There
saying.
is Sally just put up the link for that, info at empoweredmagazine.com. That's where you can go to do a nomination of an amazing woman. Soon they will have Empowered Magazine for Men. How about that? Yeah, they'll be doing something for the men. Because there are a few men out there doing some great things. There are one or two.
W. Right.
So make sure you go and do that and check them out. And Empower Magazine is not just an online magazine. No, it's in print, boo-boos. And it is second behind Essence. Okay. So they're big time. They're big time. So you may want to check them out and get somebody you know some recognition. So they are big time out there. All right, guys, it's time to shut it down. It is time to shut it down. It's been a good time, an amazing guest, absolutely amazing.
Wonderful guest. Yes, yes.
I feel like I should just be single again to go and get some of this knowledge.
Just so you can go to the meetings, right? It is great.
Go and test this out. Not at all.
Yeah, see
I do not want to go back
No.
out there in that jungle. Do not.
Mm-mm.
However, for those of you who are single and mingling, these are beyond phenomenal resources. If you are divorced or contemplating divorce, this might be someone good for you to know, because she is not divorce driven. You know, this may be someone for you to talk to who may sway you a different way. You know what I'm saying? Who isn't going to be like, girl, yeah, go on, get that divorce, get on out here. That will be objective.
She don't have that agenda.
Right. She's not of that spirit, who will be objective with you, non-biased, and may be able to help you look at things a different way, and give you some suggestions on things you can do to maybe help you save your marriage, or help you find things that, you know, in yourself that you can change, because that's going to be your key. You are going to be your key to whether you save your relationship, or if it's, you know, something that you need to change that maybe you're doing incorrectly or not seeing correctly. Because all you can do is you, honey. All you can change is you.
Can't do nothing else.
Can't change nobody else, baby. All you can change is you.
I'm working on me, so I ain't got time for nobody else.
That's all you can change. You can't sit here just point the finger talking about it's all him, it's all her. All you can do is you. Right.
That's all you can do.
So it's been great, guys. Again, thank you to our platinum sponsor, Get Bodied by Stephanie. Check her out. Make sure and go check her out. Get on her Instagram, honey. She is bodying them up left and right, honey. Bodying them up left and right. She keeps me all together over here. I got to go see her again since I've been out the hospital, but I've been maintaining okay. I got to get some of the puffiness down from all that hospital stuff, but your girl is still good. Thank you to our other sponsors. Make sure you go and check out WUBI Ubiquity Radio. Go on there and look at the calendar to see all of our amazing personalities and talent. Make sure you go and check out Empowered Magazine, and go check out the Sisterhood Extravaganza. You know, they have a podcast too. Oh, my girl, my sister Doreen over there. Every Tuesday at noon, she has a podcast that she has the Empowered honorees on too. So you may be able to check out some of them over there on her podcast. Okay? Go check that out.
Spreading the wealth. That's it. Spreading the wealth.
That's right. They support us. We support them. It's more room at the table. Okay? So, guys, it's been a great one. We're going to get out of here. You need to say something, sir?
Hey, wonderful. Thank you to my wife, who keeps me empowered, keeps me forward, keeps me focused. Love you.
All righty, guys. Look,
That's it.
I appreciate everyone who takes the time to come out and check us out and stays consistent with us. I appreciate all the new viewers and listeners all the time. Make sure you subscribe to all of our social media and our platforms. Make sure you share this with someone. That's what matters, that you come out and you get something from this and that you share it with somebody. That's most important. We'll see you next time. Remember, next week, our guest is Lauren Cole, honey. Go ahead and check her out ahead of time. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Nothing at all wrong with that. That's his alarm going off, saying it's 9 o'clock. So I'm going to leave you like I found you going down on the mic, honey. And we're going to go out on a little bit of who? Anthony Frazier.
Anthony Frazier.
All right, y'all. Have a good one. Be safe out there. Peace.
Can we stop the arguing? Can we take a moment where we can calm down? It's just so exhausting. Swinging in the wind, going round and round. I know that we won't say sorry. You beg and I plead, but my heart can't beat until I feel the vibrations. I wanna give you vibrations. I know that we won't say sorry until I feel the vibrations. I wanna give you vibrations, baby. I see me addressing you. Let me put the smile right onto your face, tracing every inch of you. Using my tongue to find your happy place. I know that we can't play naughty. You beg and I plead, and you pull my heartstrings until I feel the vibrations. I wanna give you vibrations. I know that we won't say sorry until I feel the vibrations. I wanna give you vibrations, baby. Until I feel the vibrations.